guys, today is day 6 of the Christmas devotions, and today we're going to be talking about how that Jesus came for our peace. And a lot of times you'll hear people whenever they're in a chaotic situation, when they're in a trial or tribulation, they say, I just want some peace. I just want peace. And that is something we all long for. That is something we all need. And Isaiah 9:6 tells us who peace is. And he will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. Jesus is the Prince of Peace. He is peace. He is where our peace comes from. Without him, we can't have it. We just don't have it. We may have a sense of it. We may think we have it. We may have some kind of, skewed thought that it might be a real thing that we're dealing, we have, but we don't have peace. So we need to look to him for our peace. So I am this time going to read you her devotion, at least some of it anyway, because it's really good. I mean, all of them are good, but I'm going to read it. It says, Prince of Peace. I like the regal royal nature of this name for the Messiah. It reminds me of this story is really about a prince coming to take his people back from the evil villain. This name gives me permission to be the rescued and not the rescuer. All I really have to do to qualify for redemption is to admit that I need him. I cannot save myself from the battle I face. If I ever want to know true peace, I have to hand my life and my heartache over to the Prince of Peace. His very name marks him as the answer to my deepest need and the hope of my days. Jesus himself confirmed Isaiah's words. Peace I leave with you. My peace I give to you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled and do not be afraid. John 14:27. So Jesus is our peace. And we hear all these little stories, the fairy tales, how the prince comes and saves the damsel in distress, and the princess, all these things, and none of them are real. They're not real. But they're all imitations of Jesus coming to save his princess, his damsel in distress, his people, because his peace is real. He is a true prince. He is the Prince of Peace. And I know that through so many of my trials, since I have started following Jesus, since I have learned that I need to stay in the Word and stay in prayer, that I have so much more peace. And I've had people, one of my sisters especially, has said that I was the strong one. I don't understand why she thinks that. I don't see it. She does not realize how much is going on in my head. But I'm not the one strong. I'm not the strong one out of the sisters. I don't have any more strength than the rest of them do. I don't have any more God than the rest of them do. I think I've learned that, and I'm not saying they haven't, I'm saying myself, I've learned that if I allow everything else to take over my mind, I lose my peace. Not that I lose Jesus, but I lose my sense of peace. And I can't function without it. I cannot function without Jesus. I cannot function without that peace. And so I might look peaceful. I might seem okay. And not that I'm acting like I'm okay. Not that I'm pretending. But sometimes I'm just in a constant state of prayer. It's like under my breath, in my mind, I'm praying, I'm asking God, help me, help me, help me. And it's maybe coming through as looking like I'm strong, but it's really me refocusing my attention to him and not on myself, not on the situation. So maybe that's where the strength, it looks like I'm strong, but it's not. It's refocus. It's refocus to the Prince of Peace. because I know He's the one that can help me. Many elements of the Christmas season feel like peace. I love the lights on my tree at night, and the Christmas carols, and the sweet baby Jesus nestled in His bed in the nativity set. Many things, however, feel frenzied, especially if you are also in a season of battle or heartache. Noise and schedules and shoppers and pressure to buy and wrap and bake and press in, and before you know it, the peace is gone from the holiday devoted to the Prince of Peace. Have y'all seen all these people who are like, oh my goodness, I have so much to do, I still have to do these gifts, and I have to do that thing, and I've been there, I've been that person, I was that woman. I don't like her. I don't like me being her. Now, if somebody else, if that's how they thrive, okay, that's fine. But I don't like the pressure. I don't like the no peace. I don't like the unpeacefulness. I like the peace. I like the clarity. I like the schedules. I like the plans. I like to know what's happening as much as I can. Now, I am not saying I always know what's going to happen, because I don't. But I have a plan. If that plan does not go exactly as I plan, that's okay. At least I had a plan. At least I tried. I can be flexible. But I have been that frenzied, crazy lady who was not there yet and was going nuts because I didn't have everything the way I wanted it. I don't like her. I don't like her at all. I still get to be her sometimes. Not that I get to be her, not that I am, not that it's a good thing, not that it's a privilege to be her, but I get there. I get to that point. I get to that frenzied state of, oh my goodness, nothing's going right. I don't like her. I don't like it. I don't like the way it feels on the inside. And that's sometimes how grief feels. That's sometimes how struggles feel. It feels like everything inside is just like going crazy, and sometimes it comes out, and we don't need that. We don't want that. We don't like that. That's not who we want to be. It's not who we are. So sometimes we have to look to the Prince of Peace, and the only way I've learned to do that is to say those prayers under my breath, in my head. God hears every thought, so I'm not worried about Him not hearing me just because I'm not talking out loud. I'm not worried about it. I'm just saying, sometimes it is constant prayer. Help me, Lord. Tell me what to do. Help me get through the situation. What should I do next? Give me some kind of idea of what to do. Lord, help me do this. It's always, and I'm very, very, very selfish. Because I'm always asking Him for stuff. Not stuff, but like guidance, help. Don't ever pray for patience though, because woo child, it will become a chaotic crazyville in your house. But yeah, seriously, He'll bring you the peace if you just look to Him. Just keep looking to Him. Okay, so it goes on to say, let's see. When He takes over Christmas, He brings peace, always. Today, I'm giving myself permission to spend some time with peace. I'm going to unplug everything but the lights on my tree and listen for the sound of His footsteps as He shows up to rescue me from the chaos that battles create. I'm giving you permission to, because not only is peace in the midst of the season possible, it's essential. So today's thing to do, finding a hidden hope, is sit in a quiet place with your journal, if you're journaling. If you're not, just use a piece of paper or your phone or whatever, and list everything about the season that brings you peace. Even though you're going through hard times, there might be something that brings you peace. There might be a childhood memory. There might be a memory you had with your spouse. There might be a memory you had with your children. There might be a memory you had with an aunt or uncle or a friend or anything. There might be something that you enjoy that brings you peace. Maybe you enjoy cooking. I love cooking. Maybe you enjoy making candy or cookies or baking something. There could be something. It could be anything. Maybe you enjoy wrapping the presents. Maybe you enjoy the shopping. I don't enjoy the shopping. Maybe there's something that brings you peace. Maybe it's the Christmas pageant at church. Maybe it's the play, or Maybe it's carolers, which I've never experienced carolers because nowhere we've ever lived has had them. Nobody comes around and does that kind of thing. But there's, maybe it's something. Now list the things that make you feel tense and turbulent. Are there some items on that list that could be eliminated altogether? Simplify the shopping, buy instead of bake, limit social commitments, and so on. Close your eyes and listen for your Prince as he comes to save you from turmoil and strife, leading you back to the heart of Christmas. Just pray for peace. Pray for God to help you through the season, and He will. He will help you through the season. It is still hard. It is still going to hurt. But maybe doing these little things will help through the season. So, that's all I have for today. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I do appreciate it. And I know I'm recording several of these at one time. And I'm not really doing any study. I'm just like reading her stuff and then thinking about it and stuff like that. And I've read her stuff and I've thought about it. And now I'm just kind of going over it with you. It's not like my normal Bible studies where I'm digging deep or trying to dig deep. I'm not putting a lot of thought into these. I'm just trying to bring you a little bit of hope this season. Even if you don't decorate, even if you don't buy gifts, even if you don't go to the holiday parties or anything else, you see everything else going on around you. So it's still something there that you need to have peace with. And so I'm hoping that you can have that. So thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I do appreciate it. If you don't mind, leave me a comment down below. Let me know how you're doing because I really want to know. If you have a prayer request, you can leave that down below and I will be praying for you. And remember, don't take any wooden nickels and be sweet.